Some of you guys really like this Tomahawk, and some of you hated it for good reasons. The MTec USA Marine Corps licensed tactical Tomahawk, and we're going to go over that in this video. I'm going to tell you my experience throwing it. I put it through some abuse here, and I'm going to tell you what the pros are and what the mile-long list of cons are, being one.
Honestly, what did you expect? Just look at it, for crying out loud.
Yeah, Dave, I get that, buddy, I do. But here's the thing. I expected more from this. When you put a Marine Corps logo and the Marine name in your tactical Tomahawk, it better perform, because if it doesn't, you're going to get a video like this.
That's right.
So let's get into it. So let's get into this tactical Tomahawk here. If you're interested, up here is the link. You can go check out the unboxing and first impressions of this, and I give you the specs on it. And then you can come back and watch this one. The sheath, I played around with it. It's not bad. It's a typical nylon sheath. The Marine Corps logo is stamped into the snaps there. I didn't really care for it. I was playing around with it, and you have to kind of move this sheath around to get the snaps to actually close. It's kind of a pain. I didn't care for it. So there is that. Whatever.
The sheath was like, I don't want this axe either.
Yeah, I mean, that we should have known from the start when we messed around with that sheath before we even threw this, we were going to have issues. Should have known. But let's just get into how this thing flew. For a single rotation, it's not bad. I had a really good time throwing it at a single rotation, okay? It hit the target very nicely. I did like the bit design, even though some of you didn't care for it. I think it works out really good for axe throwing. I don't know what you would do with it with anything else, just being honest, but I know for axe throwing it works really well. It has the kind of spear up at the top where the toe is, and it kind of drives into the target, and it drives well as long as you give it a nice bit. As you can see here, we shaved the cheeks down a pretty good amount, and I reprofiled the bit and gave it a better bit profile and actually put it in line this time, and it worked out really well. Now, getting into the tactical Tomahawk and the penetration on it, it wasn't bad. As you can see here, we were penetrating to about right here. So we were getting about, maybe about 1.5 inches of penetration with pretty hard throws, okay? So it's not a really deep sinker.
That's what she said.
Whatever, Dave.
You knew it was coming.
It's not bad for axe throwing. It really isn't. It sinks in really nicely. It did a really good job sticking in the target, and I didn't have very many bounce outs when it was hitting. It was sticking cleanly. The spike, same thing. I did sharpen the edge down here, and it has a very nice sharp point in the back, and it stuck really nice too. I had no issue sticking that either. To be honest with you guys, that's about it. That is really all the pros that you can really say about this tactical Tomahawk, because the list of things that is wrong with this thing and the list of things that is just horrible is there. Now, I know some of you out there are going to say, well, Wes, we told you in the first impressions, we put it in the comment section, why would you buy that? What is wrong with you?
That would be a long list.
But you got to understand a couple things, guys. Number one, I do a lot of reviews based on people that are watching me. Subscribers and supporters will send me axes, hatchets, and tomahawks to review. This was one of them, and I'm not going to turn it down. I'm going to do it. Number two, I'm not going to give you guys a review on something I've never used. That's extremely disingenuous. I have to use these things, throw them, and see how well they fly before I come back to you and say yay or nay. I'm never going to give you an opinion on something without actually testing it out and giving you a final verdict on it. So that's what we got out of this. We went and tested it. Now, we did have some things going on at the beginning that we knew were going to probably be an issue. The glass-filled nylon handle was one of them, right? It broke. And I'll show you guys the video now of when it broke. Very similar to almost every other glass-filled nylon handle that has broke in the past for me, including the Valther Tactical Tomahawk that I recently did a review on. They snap. They always do. At some point in time, they snap. Some may last longer than others, but eventually they always snap. Throwing it into the target, came in, I threw it kind of hard, and it snapped right in half. Same thing that always happens. And they always want to snap right here below where the actual axe head stops. Somewhere right in here is where these glass-filled nylons always snap. Go back and watch some of the reviews I've done on glass-filled nylon handles. You'll see that they always break somewhere right in here. What I have issues with is that when I thought I was right, but I had to double check and I was right. When I went back and looked at the description of the Tactical Tomahawk by MTec USA, it says it has a full tang, or some people will say a full ferrule. For some of you that don't know what that means, a full tang or a full ferrule means that they make the axe out of one piece of steel going from the axe head down through the handle to the knob. As you can see here, guys, this is not a full tang or a full ferrule. Why would a company purposely say that it has a full tang when it doesn't?
Maybe they meant to say full wang.
Yeah, I would like to know that too. I would like to know that. Now, we have a few issues going on with this when it comes to axe throwing or when it comes to usage. Let me go down here and grab the handle really quick so I can show you.
You know, because it's made in China, it's a full wang. Get it?
Now, I do like inward swept handles, and I've done reviews on inward swept handles, including one that I made for axe throwing a long, long time ago. But you have to design it correctly. This is a bad design with the handle swept inward like this. It's too much for such a small length handle. And guys, if you notice too, I took the paracord off. I didn't like it. I wrapped it with grip tape. You're looking at a picture of the actual Tomahawk handle. When I went to take the paracord off to put my own grip tape on it, that's when I found this channel that has been ran inside the handle for the paracord to lay in so you don't feel it when you wrap the rest of the paracord around the handle. I don't know why anybody would do that. That is going to affect the integrity of the handle when you dig a channel out like that. This is some of the design stuff that I was talking about that just doesn't make sense on this Tactical Tomahawk. Once I did that, the handle's way too small in circumference. It just was. Now, it felt good at a single rotation, but I have a feeling that if I went back to throw this thing for distance, it wouldn't have been that great because the handle's way too swept in and it's too small in circumference. I didn't like that. The screws in the handle where the goes into the axe head here didn't come loose. It didn't. But it's the same thing it always is, guys. These glass-filled nylon handles are not made for axe throwing. And to be honest with you, I don't think they're really made for much of anything. I think they're a novelty, a gimmick, and like some of you said, it has mall ninja feels. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it for a lot of reasons. Number one, it's not going to hold up. It's not made of quality, and it's not worth the value, and it's not worth your time or effort to put into this thing to buy it. Number two, I don't like the fact that they use the United States Marine Corps name and logo in this thing with how cheaply it's made, and the design is horrible. And number three, I don't like the fact that they lied in the description of this and said it had a full tang when it doesn't. You don't need to do that. I don't know why they did. So my recommendation is to stay far away from that. It may look cool, and that's awesome. And if you want to buy it for the Tomahawk head, I guess you could. It held its edge pretty decent. I didn't get very many throws with it. But I don't want to mess with a company that does that. I wouldn't want to buy their products when they lie in their description and put out stuff like that. And I'll be honest with you guys, I can't believe the Marine Corps allowed this company to put their name on this Tactical Tomahawk. Because it's not even a Tactical Tomahawk. It's a gimmick. It really is. And that's just my opinion. Yeah, it flew well at a single rotation. If you've got experience working with inward swept handles, you can throw it. Like I've said before, any good axe thrower can make any axe work for axe throwing. You can, and I can do it. But I don't recommend doing it. Why? Why would you spend the $40-some on that when you can find a million other axes, hatchets, and tomahawks out there that are way better than this, that are going to hold up, and they're going to be better for axe throwing and other tasks too, right? Sometimes you guys are going to want axes, hatchets, and tomahawks that are not only good for axe throwing, but are good for camp, work, chopping, splitting, whatever. And I've shown you guys a ton of them that you can use for axe throwing and different types of work. Hell, I've even used a council tool saddle axe for axe throwing and doing kindling and doing log work to put logs in my wood burning stove in my house. There's way better stuff out there than this thing. Stay away from it. If you guys want some exclusive content or you want to win some of these great axes we review, because we do one giveaway a month, come over to our Patreon. I know I said I was going to do locals, but man, locals really limits you in the stuff that you can do. So I had to go over to Patreon. We set up a Patreon page, and we're going to do exclusive content, lives, and of course, guys, we're going to do our one axe hatch or Tomahawk giveaway on there a month. Sorry, man, it's so cold out here that my tongue's not working anymore. So come join us on Patreon, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun over there. And if you guys want a preview of the next thing we're going to do, it is the SOG Voodoo Mini Hawk, or the Voodoo Hawk Mini. Now, I want to show you guys something really cool. Now, I've done some reviews on SOGs before, and they use glass-filled nylon handles like the SOG Tactical Tomahawk that I did a review on. That one held up. And they've got this thing right here. Why do you think that they put this right here? This piece of steel right here on their glass-filled nylon handle. Come back, and we'll do an unboxing and first impressions on it, and I'll tell you guys why they put that piece of steel there and why some of these other companies should too, because it works. It does. And of course, we'll test it in the next video after that one. So thanks for all the support, guys. I appreciate everything everybody does to make this channel what it is. We're getting out of here. My hands are frozen. Got a blizzard coming. Hopefully we survive. If we don't, then just watch the rest of our stuff on YouTube and think of me in your prayers. And that wraps up the review of the MTec USA Tactical Tomahawk licensed by the Marine Corps. I think the Marines would be a little pissed off if they found out that they were using this on this Tactical Tomahawk. At least I would be. That's it, guys. We're out of here. Thanks for all the support. And remember, it's always for the love of the axe. But until next time, see ya. We got to get out of here. We got all this stuff to pick up. There's a blizzard coming tonight. And supposed to be here, or actually tomorrow morning, and be here for like 2 days. 60-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to be nasty here. But we'll do a video in it when it's over. I'm going to go out in the snow and do an unboxing on the Voodoo. Should be fun. First impressions on it in the snow. I love this weather. See ya.